Hi, this is Shawn Abrams. I'm the author of the book Leading in the First Person. I'm also the host of YouTube videos of the same name. This is a platform dedicated to leaders, their methods, their philosophy, and their accomplishments. In this first installment, we'll talk about negotiating your success. Back after these messages. Okay, I know. You thought you'd see a commercial. I don't have any commercials because I don't have any sponsors as of yet. But what I did was I allotted a space for my expectation. You see, expectation plus action equals success. Now, before we get to our topic, negotiating, I want to do a segment I call the Leaderboard. This is where I select a leader whose impact on society has to be recognized. Our first leader is Emily Martinez. Emily Martinez has over 35 years of experience as a business development manager in New York City. In that time, she's helped well over 2,000 people to find employment. Emily says, everyone is employable, you just have to find the right fit, and you should never give up. What she likes to do is to help people turn what they perceive as a negative into a positive. Thank you, Emily. We appreciate you and congratulations. If you want to send Emily a congratulatory email or find out more about her work, you can contact her at emartinez@yahoo.com. Thanks, Emily. Now to our topic of negotiating. All negotiations are based on sales because we want to exchange something. And the success of sales is based primarily on our ability to connect with someone's emotions because we're selling to their emotions and not their intellect. Even my 7-year-old son negotiates. He'll ask me, Daddy, can I have some chocolate or candy? My response to him is, maybe, if you have all your dinner. He then comes back with, what if I eat 2 bites? Well, I don't go right to a number and tell him, no, 10 bites. I then make an emotional appeal to him. I'll say, son, don't you want to be strong? Don't you want to get bigger? You'll have to eat more dinner. How about 10 bites? So that was critical to insert that emotional pull or tie to my comeback, to my response. This is what we're doing in negotiating. It's never a volley of one number for another number because we need to build value. Let's look at the parts of our negotiations. Initially, you will want to set the expectation and set the goal. These are 2 different things. The expectation is that you would get the thing. That's a given, but that's not your goal. The goal is to sever the physical and emotional connection the person has to that thing. For example, let's say the person is negotiating for a catcher's mitt. You might want to ask, why are you looking to sell a catcher's mitt after 20 years? If it's a car, why are you looking to sell the only vehicle your family of 4 has? It's important because their response is what you're going to use to close them. It's true, sometimes people change their mind during negotiating, and we need that reason for selling to reinforce moving forward with the sale. Now, negotiating, it's important to set waypoints or safety points along the way. Each successive point that you pass with your buyer should bring you closer to closing the deal. This is not unlike a vehicle going up on a hydraulic lift. As the vehicle ascends, you might hear a series of clicks. That's important. If somehow the hydraulic fails, the vehicle will return to the last safety level instead of plummeting to the ground. This is important for our negotiating as well. With these safe points or safety points, we can return to a safe place that we both agreed upon instead of having to start all over or not being able to close a deal at all. Remember this when you're negotiating. The next part of our negotiating topic I'd like to discuss is dedicated to space. Space is important during our negotiating. This is a period where we will listen. Whoever does the most talking is also doing the most buying. So we should only be talking 20% of the time. Our buyer should be talking 80% of the time. The analogy I could use is that of a ship. A ship could be as large as it wants to be, but the steering apparatus and the rudder will determine which direction the ship will go in. This is what you want to do with your line of questioning and answering. You are steering your negotiation. Now let's talk about money. I'm willing to pay fair market value plus 10, maybe 15% on top of that. If their offer is way above fair market value, my counteroffer is way below fair market value. I'm looking to create the same amount of cushion on my side that they have on their side. It's said that water seeks its own level. That's what I need, a level playing field. Every time that I have to make an offer of money, I want to recall some information that I learned when I was listening. So my offer will contain some of that information. I don't want to say, what about 5, what about 6, what about 7, what about 8? That's not really negotiating, it's really begging. If your best efforts don't work, don't be afraid to walk away. Don't feel obligated to make a bad decision. That concludes our block of instructions on negotiating for success. If you want to send me an email, send it to feedback@abrams360media.com. If you want to check out my book, my website, or my blog, please visit me at abrams360media.com. And finally, follow me on Twitter at abrams360media. I'm Abrams, you're awesome. Thank you for leading in the first person.